I've got a little something for you. So you asked for music, you asked for comedy, you even asked for a bit of entertainment. But guess what? I've thrown in a few dancing girls for you in costumes as well, because it's time to have a party! It's 1HEART Live Carnival Special!
Come again, 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 come again.
24.
Welcome to 1HEART Live Carnival Special! We are super excited that the Notting Hill Carnival, Europe's biggest street party, is only 5 days away. I'm so excited. And to celebrate, we are rejoicing over everything that's carnival. In fact, we're having our very own lime outside right now, gearing up for this weekend. Now, on today's show, we've got live music, great guests, and some tasty traditional foods of our islands. Not only that, but I've got a very funny, no, he is funny, co-host as well, all to be revealed in just a few mo's. And if that wasn't enough, get a load of this. You're tuned into 1HEART Live. I'm Leah Charles-King, and we are a brand new show which bridges the gap between you and the Caribbean. I've got Donna Fraser, I've got Quincy, and I've got Assassin on the sofa. Welcome back to 1HEART Live, 1HEART Live, 1HEART Live. 1HEART Live, 1HEART Live, 1HEART Live. I love that. Now, coming up on today's show, we've got live cooking with Chef Che in our outdoor line. How not to break the carnival code with our do's and don'ts advice. Have you ever wondered the difference between Calypso, Soca and Zouk? Well, DJ QT2 Hype is here to shed some light on that as well. And Home Sweet Home with Angie Le Mar and friends will also be announcing the winner of our competition to party on one of the biggest floats at this year's Notting Hill Carnival. We are also hyper interactive today as well, so come and join us. Now's the time to big up your island. Which flag are you repping this weekend? Is it Trini? Is it St. Lucie? Grenada, Barbados, Guyana, Antigua? Shout it out and shout it proud. Come on, everyone in the studio, shout out who you're repping right now. St. Lucie! Grenada! So I'm going to reveal who's on my sofa in just a moment, but you could get involved. Tweet us at 1HEART TV. You can Instagram your flag of your island at 1HEART_TV. If you're not from the Caribbean, it doesn't matter because you could still be repping an island as well. Everyone goes to Carnival. It's for everyone. So multicultural, and I love it. You could call us live as well on the studio, 0207 819 6460. Now, this week, with so much happening outside with our lime, I wanted to have not one, but two very special guests with me in the studio. Please give it up for one of the hottest soca artists of the moment, Triniboi Joocie. However, I'll be spoiling you today as we also have the world-famous reggae dancehall artist, pioneer, producer, and Grammy Award-nominated Tippa Irie is in the studio. Loving you guys. Guys, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm blessed.
You're good? Juicy boy, so good to see you. Let's just, we want to do
Yes,
that. All right, respect. You.
High five.
High five, high 10. It's so good to have you guys here. Got a legend here and got a new, well, I like to call you new because you're pioneering your way through. And I know, Triniboi Joocie, you've been on the scene for about 4 years. But obviously, you're still climbing that mountain, aren't you?
Yeah,
breaking down doors.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. Been able to tour the country internationally. I was also featured last year at the Love Supreme Festival with Courtney Pine. We collaborated at a jazz festival. So, yeah, it's been an honor. It's been a journey.
Yes.
Tough journey, you know, pioneering soca music in this country.
That's right, you are.
But
absolutely.
I love it.
And that's what I like. And there's so much fuss over you at the moment, so much of a buzz.
Not fuss, that is a good thing.
That's what I mean. It's a good thing. It's absolutely, you know,
Yeah.
so much of a buzz.
Yeah.
But also, you're sitting next to a ledge.
Legends. I mean, I like this. I like
Absolute
this.
ledge.
He's got 24 years. No, he's got 26 years to catch me
26,
up.
exactly. Do you see what I mean?
Because I've been 30 years. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
There you
So
go.
this is what I mean by, you know, a legend and someone climbing the ranks, as we all do. And that's why it's so good to see you both together.
But you don't look much younger than me, though.
You don't look a day over 25 years.
Well, you see what I'm saying?
Well, I tell you what, we are in a flurry of activity outside because all roads lead to Notting Hill Carnival for Europe's biggest street festival this weekend. So I decided this week I needed just a little help from my friends. He's not really my mate, but he's all right. Aurie Styla, are you there?
Hey, what's going on, Leah? Now, it looks good in the studio right now, and I heard that thing about friends. We are friends, darling. Looks great in the studio, but I'm outside for the 1HEART TV line. Have a look what's going on. We got DJs, we got dancers, we have got food, I've got drink. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm comfortable here. You need to come and join us soon, because it is just full of great carnival vibes out here. So, I'm gonna have my drink. Hopefully, I'll see you soon, my dear, and we are friends.
I love Aurie Styla. I love him. I love him. Sniper pose. If you don't know, just Google it. Put it in YouTube. Aurie Styla sniper pose. Hilarious. Anyway, moving on from Aurie, we'll see him a bit later on. I'm just so excited because this dude is in the studio. Check this out. So it is the lovely Tippa Irie. You've seen him already. There he is collaborating with the Black Eyed Peas. I want to find out all about that Grammy-nominated tune there. Also, check him out back in the 80s where he first started. I grew up on his music. We all know him. We all love him as well. Give it up, everyone, for the wonderful, the legend that is Sir Tippa Irie.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you for the invite. Thank you.
Did you like that intro?
It was excellent. I'm a master of ceremony myself, so
yes.
You did a good job.
Thank you very
Proud
much,
of you.
sir. Thank you. Now, I'm going to remember that for life. I will. Now, as you said, listen, you've been pioneering for, what, over 30 years?
Yeah, well, 30 years now. I just, this year, reached my big 5-0.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it's been 30 years. I think it's a bit longer than that, actually. I made my first record when I was 17.
Did you?
And I'm 5-0 now, so, yeah.
Wow,
so it's
that's amazing.
A lot of years.
A lot of work.
Yes.
So, okay, so you recorded your first track when you were 17.
Yes.
But when did it actually start breaking through for you?
In the early 80s, with Saxon sound system, which is...
That's your sound?
Yeah, it's a sound system. We will be at the carnival this year.
St. Lawrence Terrace.
Yeah. But Saxon was like a stamping ground for a lot of, like a training school, if you like, for music in the Southeast London.
Okay.
And you had people like Maxi Priest, Smiley Culture.
You did.
Asher Senator.
I'm gonna talk to you a bit more about that because I like the fact that Saxon sound actually helped to break those people in there.
Yeah. So that's where it kind of really took off. And when the sound took off, then record labels became interested, and I got signed to Greensleeve, Papa Levi got signed to Island, Maxi got signed to Virgin, and then it just kind of like escalated from there.
But it's amazing, so many great people have come out of that sound.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, and there's a lot more people like Roger Robin, Neville Morrison, my little sister Miss Irie. All these people, they've had #1 tunes in the reggae market.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, you know, an academy, if you like, of artists.
Like cutting your teeth in the business.
Yeah. We used to, it was the dance hall is the hardest kind of like training ground because the people are right there.
They
and
are
you have
there.
to deliver, you know? Because,
Absolutely.
you know, black people are the hardest to please.
Listen.
So if you ain't doing it, they're going to tell you straight away that you ain't cutting it and you got to move along.
Absolutely.
So it was hard
Yeah.
and it was a learning process, but I persevered.
Okay. Well, we'll get on to how well you persevered. We're going to
I'm
move
being
on.
polite,
You are being
modest.
polite, but I'm gonna draw it out of you. I
Okay.
tell you. Now, listen. I think you'll
Yes.
like this, both of you, because when the Notting Hill Carnival first started, around 500 people attended the Caribbean Festival. But today, it attracts hundreds of thousands to London and continues to grow in popularity. You can expect to see some 50,000 performers and more than 30 sound systems, including Tippa Irie's. More than 2 million people head over the Carnival bank holiday weekend. And here's just a little history lesson for you. Check it out.
Largest street carnival is a melting pot that embraces diverse cultures but predominantly reflects Caribbean traditions. Held in Notting Hill with up to 2 million attendees every year on the Sunday and Monday of August bank holiday, Notting Hill Carnival is notorious for its good food, flamboyant costumes, live music, dance and after parties. So, how did this all start? "1950s Notting Hill was an area filled with poverty, social neglect and impoverished conditions. It was considered the most concentrated West Indian community in Britain. Post-war Britain racial tension between the Windrush settlers in London caused the Notting Hill race riots of 1958, which were a catalyst for activists to fight for change.
Something new and ugly raises its head in Britain. In Notting Hill Gate, only a mile or two from London's West End, racial violence. An angry crowd of youths chases a Negro into a greengrocer shop, while police reinforcements are called up to check the riot, one of many that have broken out here in a few days. The injured victim, a Jamaican, is taken to safety. But the police have not been able to reach all the trouble spots so promptly, and the quietest street may flare up at any moment.
Claudia Jones, a Trinidadian, founder and editor of the West Indian Gazette, who fought for black rights and human rights in general, wanted to inspire and unify the community to ease racial tension.
The fact that the population at large, because of the whole propaganda against the West Indians, regard them as second-class citizens, and they themselves, on the job in virtually every sphere of life, find this difficulty since the Immigration Act in terms of discrimination.
Alongside Edric Connor, she organised and directed the first Caribbean carnival-like indoor event, Cabaret Style, in 1959, hosting a Caribbean Queen Beauty contest and bringing a Trinidadian carnival atmosphere to London. Held at St Pancras Town Hall in Euston, where it was televised by the BBC. From 1960, Stanley Jack was in charge of the show. The second Carnival Festival was held at the Seymour Hall in Marble Arch, where an array of artists were featured. In 1961, the carnival was held at the Lyceum Theatre, where a Jamaican nurse was the Queen contest. The 1962 carnival was a momentous one, held at the Seymour Hall once again. Mighty Sparrow, the most celebrated Calypsonian in Trinidad, graced the event. His appearance was highly anticipated and it was his first show ever in England. In the year 1963, the show concept shifted from a beauty contest to a carnival masquerade costume competition. In 1964, Claudia Jones passed away, and Rayon Laslett took over, a former social worker that ran a voluntary neighbourhood service from her home. In 1966, the Notting Hill Carnival was officially launched. Mrs. Laslett organised a jump-up street party for the neighbourhood children, which turned into a carnival procession when Russell Henderson's still band walked the streets. The 1967 fair strengthened community cohesion through an array of multicultural art forms such as music, poetry and masquerading. This united up to 2,000 hippies, other Britons and West Indians. In 1970, the fair became a people's free carnival. In 1971, Merle Major and the community protested about the carnival being an expression of resistance. In 1972, Ebony Still Band joined forces with Merle Major and Suleiman Baptiste with support of Westway Trust. In 1973, Trinidad and Tobago Carnival transformed the fair to what it is now. In August 1996, Notting Hill Carnival became the first organised outside event by Mrs. Laslett, Jump Up Street Party for neighbourhood children. 2015 will be its 51st annual appearance.
To offer our condolences to the family of Russell Henderson, one of the pioneers there who passed away sadly last week. Okay, then coming up, we've got so much more. We'll be chatting to our special guest. I'll see you after the break.